Morning everyone, so we're about to set off on the walk up to and along the Great Ridge in Edale. As you can see from the map here, I've actually changed my start point slightly up to here just because of parking issues. So we're going from Hope up Loose Hill to the very top and then along the Great Ridge past Hollins Cross, and then we're going to come up Mamtor to the trig point and then drop back down into Edale, finishing off with a nice train journey from Edale station all the way around back to Hope station, and then the little walk back up to where the car is. So we are going to do that bit of the route but slightly later on. I'll see you on the route. I don't know whether you can see just through the haze, got Loose Hill up in the background. Okay, up somewhere through the trees up there, and then we're going to go along the ridge, which you may or may not be able to see, all the way down to Edale. Last push now to the top of Loose Hill. So we've come from well down in the valley, following down there, so you can see in the distance the path we've come up from where the people are, just over the stile. Next climb to the top of Loose Hill, just up there, and then the walk along the ridge, following these other peaks, and hopefully ending up on the top of Mamtor. Top of Loose Hill, biggest climb of the day. So the next bit is following on that way along these little peaks, hopefully up to the top of Mamtor. So let's crack on. Okay, here we are, top of the second little peak on the walk. Just dropped down from the top of Luce Hill, up in the distance along the path, and we're heading on over to Mam Tor. You're probably going to hear Mam Tor a few times on this video, but that's where we're going, so it makes a bit of sense. When I get to Hollins Cross, I'll stop and show you the map, show you where we've come from, where we're going to. See you then. Next part of the route, dropping down along there, along the little path, and then up, all the way along, up to the top there. Slightly flatter path down the bottom that you could take without going up and over all the ridge lines here. Either way, going to end up in the same spot. So for the fitness and for the improvement, we're going to go over the hilly way. See you in a bit. So just got to Hollins Cross, which is here on the map. Really nice little point for a break here. The next part of the route, as you can see, takes us up to the top of Mam Tor, and then we're going to head back down to Edale via the path off the top of Mam Tor after we've been to the Mam Tor trig point, obviously. So what I'm going to do now, take a quick 10-minute break before I start the walk up. As you can see, it's quite a climb all the way up to the top, which is over there, and then once we get to the top there, that'll be the end of the big walks for today. It'll just be dropping down the other side. Loads of people out and about today walking. Really good weather for it. Getting a little bit chilly now, and the time is now 20 to 2, so we've got about 3 hours left before it gets dark. Okay, see you a bit further up Mam Tor. Just thought I'd go over very quickly with you the kit that I'm carrying. So just a day expedition. So I've got my MacPack 40 litre rucksack. Had it for absolutely years. Probably weighs an absolute ton compared to modern ones, but it's good, it's robust. It's got decent side pockets for keeping the water in either side. It's got a big front pocket, mesh front pocket at the front. Not using it this time, but usually just chuck spare maps in there, anything like that. I've got a dry bag inside it just to keep everything dry. First aid kit. Don't carry a full formal one anymore, but this just contains everything that I think I need while I'm out on the hills. So plasters, bandages, triangular bandage, aspirin, paracetamol, ibuprofen in case I get any aches and pains while I'm out and about. Military issue water bottle, 1 litre, usually plenty for a day walk. Controversially, maps. And I use Memory Map for all my map planning, so I just print out and laminate the map that I need now. However, on my phone I have the a much wider area in case I have to divert off. But as you can see there, it shows my route and it shows a good few kilometres either side of the route as well. Survival knife is optional, also contains my whistle on the end. And that gets fastened into my rucksack so I don't lose it. Really good blade there, flat on top as a fire striker, but also a decent size for cutting up food, preparing stuff, sorting out wood and that kind of thing for out on the walk. Vaseline, stop a bit of the lip chafage. Tiki Petrol head torch, had this for again about 20 years now, since I did my Expedition Leaders Award. Elastics now showing a little bit of wear and tear, so possibly time for a new one. New stuff that we didn't used to have to carry when I first started hiking: mobile charger and electricals in there. So I've got spare GoPro batteries. I've got a 46 milliamp hour battery pack, which gives about 5 charges for my iPhone. Obviously, iPhone with Memory Map software on it, so I can use that to pinpoint exactly where I am on the route. And as you can see, just past Hollins Cross. Again, using the memory map app and software, planning the route. I don't tend to use that while I'm walking. I tend to use the paper map and have the phone as a backup. Got some glucose chews, Sharpie pen, survival bag. Again, had this for quite a few years. This is a 2-person survival shelter, so for one person it's great if it's raining and you just want to sit down and have some lunch and sit inside it, keep warm. Second dry bag that I have contains my spare waterproof kit and cold weather kit. So I've got a Royal Air Force beanie, pair of fingerless gloves because I prefer them, so I can still use the map and compass and things while I'm out walking, and the dry bag itself. And then I've got a pair of DPM waterproof trousers. Now I only own one pair of waterproof trousers, and they just happen to be DPM, so I can wear those with my uniform for the cadets, but I will never wear them, preferring to wear just gaiters and boots. Buff, keeping warm, but also in these COVID era days I also use it as a face mask if I have to get any public transport unexpectedly on the route. And finally my Paramo jacket. Again, had this Paramo jacket for probably coming on for 15 years now, 12-15 years, and it's absolutely fantastic. Keep it well proofed, wash it every few times and reproof it every couple of months. Keeps me perfectly dry, and it's also nice and lightweight, so you can wear it for most things, and then obviously just take it off, and it's light to carry in the pack. Probably going to look in about a year's time for an upgrade, buy myself a new one. But this has always been absolutely fantastic. So that's all the kit that I'm carrying. Not huge amounts, but like I say, I am only out for a day walk, so perfectly fine for what I'm doing. And I think with that, it's time to get a brew on. Just to prove it was actually me out on the walk. Here we are at Hollins Cross.
So just make sure this says Hollins Cross.
And as I said, brew time. Final bit of the walk now, up to the top of Mam Tor, and then to find the trig point. Once we find the trig point, we'll be heading back down to Edale to get the train back round to Hope. And then once we get to Hope, we've got about a kilometre to walk to get to the car, so not far at all. So yeah, here we go, up Mam Tor. Final little bit, trig point tagging on the top of Mam Tor. Tagged. So, at the Mam Tor tree, on the way down, heading back towards Edale, which you might be able to see just in the distance there. You can see the station, signal box, and the station's just a bit further up. That's the finish point for today. But if you're out walking Mam Tor, you pretty much know this tree. It's quite a well-known tree. we've got a stream running down to our left now. Probably on this map you're not going to see that, but on a 1 to 50, sorry, on a 1 to 25,000 you might see where that stream is, but it isn't quite marked on this map, unless it's this one here, which it could be. We have got some trees just down in front of us, which could well be this little copse marked on the map here. So we're going the right way, which is always a plus when you're getting towards the end of the walk. Last thing you want to do is go wrong in the last 2 kilometres and end up walking a hell of a lot of extra different distance. So dropping down off the hill now, the features of the land are becoming a little bit less pronounced. There's navigation's slightly more tricky, but not much. So what I've done is I've taken a bearing of the route that I should be walking, approximately following the path. That's from my map. And as you can see, the path that I'm walking is approximately following that bearing. So using the direction of travel arrow here, north lined up with north. So I should be walking in this direction, which indeed I am at the moment. So that's a bit of a gross error check, just to make sure that I'm heading in the right direction. Interesting little building to the right of the path here that appears to have Sky TV in a little hut. So I don't know what people do there in the spare time, but it's obviously quite a social place to be. Final walk down now. As some of you that have watched from my channel before, you'll see I'm quite into road walking, and that appears to be how this video has ended, or how this hike is about to end. Walking down the road towards Edale Station, which is just ahead of us through those trees. You can see the signal box just over that way, and we're heading down towards the station, which is just a little bit along from the signal box. From there, train back to Hope. Big shout out to G Loves Trains here. I thought she's not been to this station yet, so this is Edale Station. It's a northern station and it's got 2 platforms. Thought she'd like that shout out. She's fairly young and I'm 35. I don't think I would get away with standing around on the platform with my knickers on my head, so I'm not going to do that. But I will show you the platform here. It is very nice. The crossing is underneath the platform here, so you go down the slickway under there somewhere and pop up back on the other side. There is a car park, great access to the Peak District, and where we've been today is out over Mamtor from Loose Hill, and now we're heading back down 1 platform to Hope, and I'll let you know about the train when we get on it, just for G Loves Trains. So 195125. Again, just for G Loves Trains there. I don't know whether that's a sexy train or not. 195, 125. We're just at Hope. It's a northern station and it's got 2 platforms. And just coming in 195, 117. But we're not going on that. So the final part of the route is the part we should have started with this morning. From Hope Station up to where my map says CP2, which is actually where I left the car this morning. So I'm going to walk down to the main road, up to the town along the main road, and then follow this footpath along the river. See you back at the car. Final bit of the walk today. Nice little path next to the river. Always like a bit of water in the video. Very calming, very relaxing. So head on up here to, I don't know whether you can see it, but I can just see the gate post. Throw a left there and that should take me straight back to where the car's parked. Hopefully it's still there. Hopefully I've still got the car key. I can confirm I still have the car key. So that's the end of a good day. See you at the finish. That nice part at the end of the walk when you see your car and you know it's home time. Absolutely cracking day out on the hills. Weather's been fantastic. Sun got a little bit chilly, but only really well stopped. Nice walk down the Great Ridge, and that's it.